Back in the day, I had such low confidence. I had no confidence with women. I shat my pants if a girl came and sat next to me in school. I had no self-belief, no self-worth, suffered with anxiety. I hated the way I looked. I hated everything I did. And I knew I had to do something about it. I knew I had to make a change, and that all came with, at first, dealing with the fact that I was shy and working out ways in which I could build my confidence. This is how I went from the shy guy to a confident guy that is just enjoying his life. This is the shy guy story. So, going way back, I am from a small town with a very small school, only one school, but it's the same layout, same format, same grouping as any other school around the world. You've got your popular kids, you've got your geeks, and then you've got your in-betweeners. Those down the middle, the forgotten group, that was us. We were the shy guys, the guys that had no confidence, the guys that didn't do anything sociable, didn't go anywhere, didn't do the school prom. People in school tend to gravitate towards those they're similar to. You find the confident kids hang around with other confident kids, the shy guys hang around with other shy guys, and that was very much the thing with me. My group was a small group, like kind of 4 or 5 of us, but we were all very low on confidence, all had similar interests, all wanted to do the things that confident guys were doing, but we just didn't have the confidence to do so. And as with most groups, groups of similar trends, similar interests, our common thing amongst the shy guy group was the long hair. We all had long hair. We thought we were cool, we really weren't, we didn't look good, but it was something to hide behind. I don't have anything against long hair. Long hair looks good on most people, it just didn't look good on us. So being low on confidence, not wanting to get away from my comfort zone, my group that I'd spent my whole life with in school, my security blanket or whatnot, I stayed on at the same school to do the sixth form, the college, 2 more years, dragged it out. We didn't go to school very often. We might have been low on confidence, but we were definitely not shy on bunking off occasionally and missing lessons. We'd go back and play FIFA on the PlayStation. That was our social thing. The shy guys would get together and play FIFA. And that later on led to us sort of playing 6-a-side football, setting up a little football club. Again, it wasn't a confidence thing, that was just a camaraderie amongst the shy guys. But having suffered with low self-esteem, anxiety, bad body image or whatever, I soon realised that the social side of setting up that football team, the fact that we had to play the confident teams, was very beneficial to me as a person. I found that I was actually meeting new people and making new friends, and although it was somewhat awkward because I was extremely shy, there was a lot to take in, and a lot kind of made me think back then, right, you need to push yourself out of that comfort zone a little bit more. So for years before then in school, I just sort of put up with it. I was like, right, I'm the shy guy, I'm never gonna have a girlfriend, I'm never gonna have the job I wanna have, I'm never gonna do anything that I wanna do because I am doomed. But as you get into your teens, your teens are tough. As I got a little bit older, towards sort of 17, I started to realise that, right, now is the time to change. You can improve yourself and you can do something about your lack of confidence. So those 2 years I've dragged out at sixth form, college, are over. Now I've really got to make a decision. So what do? I think, right, I'm not confident enough to have a job. Let's try and drag out the whole education thing a little bit more, and let's go to university. I'm not that clever, I'm not stupid, but I'm sort of a middle grade student. Where's the nearest university? Cheltenham. Yes. I don't even have to live there. I can still live with my mums, live at home, but cook dinners every night. And I'll just drive there every day. I'll do my lessons, or attempt to do my lessons, and try and avoid talking to people, but that's my thing, that's what I'm doing. So that's what I did. I went to the University of Gloucestershire in Pittville in Cheltenham. I don't think it's around anymore. And that's what I did. I drove to uni every day. I met new people, but still was a little bit too much too soon. So about a year in, maybe a bit less, I just dropped out of uni. I just couldn't face it. I was doing stand-up presentations and everything that you should do to build confidence, you know, facing your fear, but it was just a little bit too much. You need to do those baby steps. So at this point, I really had no choice but to get a job. I'm not work shy at all. Now I work loads of jobs, every job I get my hands on, but back then it wasn't a didn't want to work thing, it was a didn't want to face people thing, I didn't want a new situation arising, but I had no choice. So I took a job at a garden centre restaurant called The Gallery, I think it was called. We did carvery dinners. It was a lot of old people, so it wasn't too bad. We had a lot of, you know, the purple rinses turn up in the minibus, wanting their carvery dinners, and although I sort of started waiting tables, I kind of ended up behind the carvery cutting the meat. It was great. I had my counter, so there was that barrier, physical barrier, but I still had to speak to people, and it was pretty much a small talk, and it was that great little baby step I mentioned, and it was one of the best things for me to do. It was my first step to gaining that confidence. But before then, actually, I did cut my hair. I cut my hair whilst I was at uni. That meant I gained the name Johnny Bravo for some reason. I had a big quiff, still like I do now. But yeah, cutting the hair was a big thing too. So it was around the same time I had my hair cut off that I started to understand the importance of taking care of yourself, grooming. And my mum's a little bit vain, and I did inherit that slight vain gene. There's nothing wrong with being vain, just don't be arrogant, just use a bit of vanity to try and make the best of yourself, be your best self. So I had my hair cut off. At that point I just was growing a little bit of facial hair, probably like pubic, you know what it's like when you're sort of your late teens, but I felt a bit more manly, you know, because I was never a manly man. I used to hate rugby and all that sort of stuff because I was a stick thin, I was brittle, and I was a bit of a girly bloke. There's nothing wrong with that, but when you're in a lad environment or a male environment, you do feel somewhat insecure and inferior to those around you when you're not as macho and masculine. So that's something I focused on. I got my little gym set up at Christmas. My mum goes to me, "Roy, what do you want for a Christmas present?" I said, "Mum, I want a multi-gym, you know, one of those with the pull down and the whole like setup. I want some dumbbells, you know, there's adjustable ones from Argos. I want a bench." She's like, "Right, calm the fuck down. You've got £200. So yeah, I got some good stuff for Christmas, and not being confident enough to go to a gym. You know, although I was making those baby steps, I was still way off joining a gym. It sort of felt pretty good because my mum had a pretty decent garage that she was converting into a bedroom for her and my stepdad. They didn't like the bedroom, so I was like, you know what? That is my gym. So now I've had my hair cut, I'm doing the grooming, I'm working out in my home gym, I've got a job, I'm earning some money. Earning some money gives you confidence. Dog barking. When you're a young lad, you don't earn that much money usually, and I didn't earn a great deal at all, but it seems like so much more when you're 18 years old, or just turning 18 years old, because at this point, my 18th birthday's coming. I'm crapping my pants, because most people, they're dying to go out on their 18th birthday. They can't wait, let's go out, wait, 18, woo woo woo. But me, I'm the shy guy, I don't want to go out. Going out's like the ultimate social situation. So I was putting this off, but you know, I turned 18, ended up going uptown, that small town I mentioned, with my shy guy mates. Those were developing a little bit of confidence too. I think you do start developing some confidence with age as well. But we ended up uptown, that small town, and I think possibly I may have got with a girl. You know, only kissed, but as someone that never had any female attention, the drinks were going, a bit of Dutch courage, and that was a massive step to building my confidence, because that foot was through the door and I started going out socially, having a few drinks. So it's a bit of a dodgy thing to suggest, but I do suggest if you're the shy guy and you don't do anything socially, you don't really go out, say you're like around the same age as I was, you're 18 or whatever, and you've never been out, it is worth just getting a couple of drinks in you, because it will calm the nerves and getting out there. I'm not saying go and pull loads of girls. I think what happened with me was an absolute fluke. but get out there, a bit of Dutch courage, don't get rat ass, but just get yourself out there, because you will become more sociable when you have a drink, and you'll find it as time goes on, and the more you go out, the less drinks you'll need to become sociable with people. Before you know it, you're not drinking anything and you're sociable as anything. So let's quickly summarise what I've done so far, from being the shy guy with the long hair to being around 18 with the shorter hair, being a little bit more confident. I'm not very confident, but what I did, so step one was leaving my comfort zone, leaving the small town of Ledbury and going to Cheltenham, going to uni, leaving my friends that I'd literally only spoke to them and my family for so many years, and speaking to other people. That was a big step. That followed by the taking care of my personal appearance, my physical appearance, and doing a bit of grooming. It's quite a shallow subject, but it's something that is very important, because when you look better, you feel better about yourself, and that will translate to confidence. So it's quite an obvious one, guys. Start taking care of yourself physically. Just there's nothing wrong with long hair. Again, just make sure you're groomed and you just feel better about the way you look. And people will treat you differently as well when you look better. People will kind of show you a bit more attention, and again that leads to the social aspect, because you're talking to that person. Confidence is being built from all angles. The other one was my job, working with the public. I strongly suggest if you're a young lad, taking a job where you're working with the public, because you'll speak to different people, you'll make conversation, potentially make friends. That's a great confidence boost. So working with the public, although the public can be really annoying, especially old people at times, but they can also be lovely and a great boost to your confidence. And the other one being going out, having a couple of drinks, calming your nerves, improving your social circle. Your shy guy friends can come out as well, make friends with the confidence guys. Happy days, win-win. I've started going out, I've made new friends. I haven't ditched my old friends, but the new friends I've made, obviously I only see the confident Ryan with a couple of drinks in him, because confidence is massively exaggerated when you've had a drink. I've made friends, they're a couple of years younger than me, and somehow I've ended up going out with these friends, and that is a massive boost to my confidence, because now I've got to put on a confident act when I'm sober, because that's what they expect of me, that's the Ryan they've met. And I'm not saying lie, but it's forced me to be more confident at a sober state. So that was a great boost to my confidence. And I had a little lucky break. My mum and stepdad separated for like a year. He bought a small one-bedroom house just temporarily. They got back together. The house is up for rent. How old am I? About 20 now. And yeah, I'm thinking I want that house. I want a bit of space. So although I'm kind of still under my parents' watch and I haven't fully left the nest, or fled the nest is the phrase I think, I took on their house. So I've got my own one-bed house, but that comes with more financial responsibility. So now, as much as I loved a few years at that restaurant, that was great for my confidence, and one of the biggest things, I've got to get a new job. So I get a job down the road. It's like a milling plant. We make cider, concentrate. So I'm on better money, and I've got my own place. So more money, more confidence, my own place, massive confidence boost, because as a young lad, people gravitate towards people with their own place, especially when you're going out. It's great, you can have pre-drinks there and stuff like that. So all these things are happening, and I'm growing. I feel like I'm pretty much close, a couple of steps off now from being a normal confident guy. So that was great time. So I'm still training. I'm not at my mum's house. I've transferred my gym equipment to a shed in the garden of the new place. We called the new place the DOS House. Not a very flattering name, but it's a place where we all went to just chill out and hang out and be sociable. Big word. And so yeah, my gym kit's there. I'm still training. I'm going out. I mentioned that the shy guys had gone out and we'd sort of become friends with the confident guys. It's great. A couple of shy guys have dropped off. They're quite happy to stay in their comfort zone. That's fine. But the shy guys, me being one of them, going out with the confident guys, we're having pre-drinks in my house, we're training at my house. It's great. It's a great confident camaraderie, and that new place has definitely gave me a kick up the butt. At this point in my life, I've gained the confidence I needed to then feel worthy of joining a gym. What a lot of people struggle with when joining a gym is they feel like they need to be in shape before they enter that gym, and that's exactly why I trained at home. I trained at home for years, probably about 5 years now, building a body, but mainly building the confidence and the courage to enter a gym by myself. These friends I'd made from going out, building my social circle. I met a mate who was in shape, he was going to the gym, so it was natural that I tagged along, become his training partner, and we joined a gym in Worcester. It was like 45 minutes away from my house. I wasn't confident enough to join a gym in that small town mentality. I didn't want people really looking at me in the gym, so we joined a gym in Worcester. It was about 45 minutes away, took us ages to get there, and it gave me enough time to build up the courage after sitting in the car for ages to get through that front door. But that's it, I'd made it, and that very much pushed me to take up the gym as a big hobby. But the problem with that is it's a very critical hobby. You observe the way you look a lot, you criticize your body, you criticize, oh, I don't have big enough arms, I don't have a big enough chest, etc. So all those years of building confidence led me to start becoming a little bit more critical, and I did go back downhill a little bit. When you're in the gym, you put on that false confidence. Yeah, you've got a little bit of muscle. You look to the average person, you look like you're overconfident and somewhat cocky, when really these guys are a little bit insecure, and that was definitely me. I found that although I looked probably the best I looked physically, I felt like I was going backwards in terms of my own self-belief, self-esteem, and those body issues I had from stage 1 were starting to come back a little bit. See, confidence isn't a visual thing. Someone may look confident, but there's so much more going on in their own head, their own life that you don't know about. So true confidence isn't on face value. True confidence comes from within, and that's very much what I learned at this point in my life. I looked a lot more confident to other people, but I was starting to feel somewhat insecure, and this is something that I needed to rectify. So through going to the gym, it improved my physical appearance. I was doing the grooming. I felt like I looked a lot better than I did. I was going out, I was more confident when I went out, I was more sociable. I was no longer shy to talk to women because more women were approaching me, and I've become a bit more approachable. So that side of things was great, but I knew that it wasn't where I wanted to be. I didn't want to be a big muscly meathead that was really vain and stuff. That's maybe an image I portrayed, but I wanted just to feel comfortable in everyday life. I wanted to be comfortable in my own skin. So I had to go back to the drawing board and think, this is what I need to do. This is the plan of attack, right, that you need to stick by and abide by. Around this time, sort of 2012, there was this boom in the fitness industry. Everyone was idolizing this guy called Ziz. He was a YouTube guy that used to post videos of himself with his abs out, posing, being ultra confident, and for some reason it became a massive thing, and everyone wanted to be Ziz, and everyone aspired to be that guy, the in-shape guy that was ultra confident and loving life, when really Ziz was a character, and Ziz ended up dying. So it was a big thing in the industry. Everyone was walking around cocky and like they were ultra confident, when that wasn't really the case at all. There's a lot of insecurity back then, and still is now. So take the fitness industry with a massive pinch of salt. So update, how had I built confidence from that carvery worker, the guy that had just cut his hair, etc. How did I then become this ultra overconfident guy, or false confident guy that I was now? So that was by focusing too much on one aspect, the physical. We know confidence plays a little bit into the physical element. However, it's so much more mental and so much more sociable, and I was very much just hooked on the whole fitness thing. So I advise guys, yeah, go to the gym, yeah, improve your physical appearance, but remember that life isn't all about that, and life shouldn't revolve around that. Get everything else right in life, build the fundamentals, build the foundations, your social circle, your friends, concentrate on your family, concentrate on your own career, building a career. That's something I didn't do back then. I worked for my parents at that point, and very much back under the thumb, so I'd gone backwards, worked for my parents, I wasn't earning much money. So get your career sorted, focus on where you want to be, what you want to do for a job, because when you've got a career and a focus, you become confident in what you're doing and what you're enjoying. It's not false confidence. When you've got the financial stability as well, that's great, and that's something I didn't have back then. Yeah, I might have been renting their house and look good in front of my 21-year-old mates because I had my own place, but when all my money was just going on the gym and going out and getting pissed every weekend, that's not a great thing in life. You find as well, there's so much pressure on young lads to be like this person, be like that person. They'll go on social media, Instagram, and aspire to be like these people, when that's very much a smoke and mirrors environment. These people don't live like that every day, and you got to just take everything in, filter it, because life's a lot more different, life's a lot more complex, and I was trying to live that lifestyle that I saw on social media, when it was making me depressed because I was trying to be like other people. And I found that when I moved away, when I met a girl, when I met my girlfriend, when I moved out of that small town and had a bit more time to myself, less influence from other people, I started to become myself a little bit more, and I started to do what I wanted to do, and I felt less pressure from everything else, the environment I was in. So over time, spending a bit more, I don't want to say a bit more time on my own, because again, I'm pushing that social element. I'm still sociable, but not being influenced by other people definitely led me to become a lot more comfortable in my own skin. So you've got to remember, these confident guys do what they want to do. They don't do what the society wants them to do or people tell them to do. Confident people, if they want to do something, they'll do it. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm probably the best I've felt. I feel confident, and it's a good confidence. It's not an overconfidence, it's a real confidence. I wake up and I feel like I can't wait to smash the day. I'm enjoying my work. I do loads of different jobs. I'm still a postman. I've done the Mr. Whippy ice cream. I do like online work, lots of gym work, and the list goes on. I've done loads of different work over the years. And I think when you've got projects that you're enjoying, focus, obviously the money that comes with it, the financial benefits that we spoke about, I just feel way more chilled out, and I don't have abs, I don't know if you can see, and I'm way more confident than when I had abs. So that's just a glimpse into the Shy Guy story, my story, my little journey. I haven't touched on everything because you can't just say do this and this will happen. This is the point of the channel. I'm gonna hopefully get a vlog out a day. I want lots of content, and if I can help at least one person become more confident, then the channel's been a success. Because I've been umming and ahhing about whether to create this channel. The shy guy, the unconfident guy comes back and he's like, oh Roy, you're gonna get some negative feedback, people are gonna take the mick, but if one person benefits on this channel, then it's been a job well done. So guys, please subscribe. And yeah, that sums it up. I've been Rye, the guy that was shy. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you soon.